Virgo, January is shaping up to be your month for making decisions and not from logic alone. Hey there, beautiful Virgo souls. I hope you've had a wonderful holiday season and that you're ready to step into a brand new year. January is the first month of a 1 year, and all that one energy feels bold, fresh, and full of momentum for powerful new beginnings. If you're new to the channel, welcome to Universal Wisdom Tarot. And if you're returning, thank you for being here once again. If you haven't already, go ahead and tap that subscribe button so you always stay connected to your spiritual messages. I titled your video this month, Better and Better. Your intuition truly is your compass, Virgo, and it's leading you somewhere aligned and uplifting. All you need to do is lead with your heart and trust what you feel. Want to know more? Me too. Let's dive right in and see what the cards have to say. Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your January monthly tarot reading, and thanks for joining me today. Apologies, my voice is a little weird, to say the least. I'm having an issue. As always, these messages are meant to guide you and empower you and help you to align with your highest vibrational good. So please just take what resonates and leave the rest for somebody else. I have posted some videos called 2026 Your Future Revealed. It is a look ahead of what is going to happen for you for all of 2026. So if you haven't had a chance to see those, take a look for them. Take a look out for them. And I will also link your video to the end of this one, all right, if I can. And this way it should pop up for you right away, and then you could click on it. So I've already asked for blessings from the angels, the spirits, guides, and the universe. So let's just dive in your reading, okay? And see what the universe really wants you to know this month. Let's see what they got. Okay, Virgo. Well, interesting cards on the table. Love this part right here. Starts a little bit rough for you, but I am actually going to start by talking about this overarching energy. This is your theme of the month, the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups, and behind it you have the Empress. So definitely I'm feeling this vibe and this energy of nurturing, right? Nurturing and loving. And this is what the Queen of Cups is all about, right? Queen of Cups is the theme of saying this month you're going to be guided by your intuition, you're going to be guided by your emotions, and your inner wisdom is sort of going to be the guiding light for everything that you do. So whatever's going to come your way, you're going to be saying, how do I feel about this? What does my intuition tell me about this? Should I be doing this? How does it feel? How does it make me feel, right? And, if it doesn't feel right, and it doesn't feel nurturing, and it doesn't feel beautiful like this Empress and Queen of Cups do, then you're just not going to do it. All right, and I do feel that that is a super important theme because of the cards that you actually have here on the table, okay? Now, with your heart leading the way, okay, this way you can trust in whatever is happening, right? This is the great thing about using that as a barometer for yourself. When you say, how do I feel? How does my, what does my intuition say about this? It really is like your barometer. So then you can say, yeah, it feels good, therefore I can trust in that. And then when everything feels good and you can trust it, then it aligns beautifully. So the Queen of Cups is like it's a I don't know, it's a message of compassion, really, okay? It is a message of kindness. It's a message of sensitivity. So, this could be you. This could be somebody in your life who is exhibiting these characteristics. But it also could be that, if this is you and you're showing those traits, those, sensitivity, kindness, compassion, if you're showing that to others, that's what they're going to feed off of, is what I'm feeling for you. Now, others could be showing this to you. So that's why I say it could be you, it could be other people in and around you. All right? Now, for some of you, when I say you're checking and using this as your barometer, I want to say that maybe some things are going to bring up some buried emotions as a result of that. So just, word of caution there, that it could make you a little bit more emotional, could bring those emotions to the surface. But it could also mean that, because, the court cards could mean many things, right? So I also feel like for some of you, it says that you're putting other people's emotions ahead of your own. So maybe you need to be aware of that, all right? But certainly, the guides are telling me that it's a golden time to take the space and time that you need to really connect what you want, what you need, and figure that out and use that as your guiding force, all right, in the month. So as I said, say, what do I not need? What do I want? Then say, boom, here it is. How do I feel about it? What does my intuition say? Yes, I trust that. And then you can go forward in the month, right? So really just guiding yourself with this sort of barometer, as I said, all right? It's like your temperature gauge, really. It just lets you know what's good and what's bad, all right? You really can't go wrong when you trust in your intuition, when you follow your heart, when you lead with, joy. Then everything ultimately is a victory for you, okay? And we can see that in the cards here on the table. You have the Nine of Wands, you have this Fool, you have this Four of Wands, and you have this Six of Wands. A lot of wands on the table. There's a lot of fire energy. That's why I say it's really important to use your barometer or your temperature gauge here, your intuition, because when things are fiery, fire can get out of hand, right? But it also means that you're very inspired and you're very, very passionate. So sometimes you might need to temper that down by saying, okay, how do I feel about this? Yeah, I'm feeling inspired and great, but how do what does my intuition say? Maybe it's not so good for me, all right? So always just trusting in those things, your heart, your intuition, what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel joyous, what's going to lead to some kind of celebration, what's going to lead to some kind of victory. As I said, going from this Nine of Wands and getting into these cards, all I can say is, if you are following your heart, well, it's just going to get better and better for you all month. Better and better. Can't get it. I'm telling you, you could not. There's an interesting progression here, because you go from this guy who, even if you just looked at the card, right? If you just looked at this Wounded Warrior card, then you're into the Fool, then you're into this Wow, then you're into this Wow. Well, you really, really cannot say it doesn't get better and better. I mean, better and better is sort of a bit of an understatement, all right? So I want you to know that. But let's start, right? Let's start with this Nine of Wands here. Like, clearly you can see this guy's, this guy's bent over, right? Having a tough time because, as I said, he's the Wounded Warrior. That's what this card is known as. So you're really starting off the month sort of in a cycle of either being really guarded or quite tired, okay? Now, is that a result of all of 2025 taking its toll on you? Quite possibly. Is it because you just came out of the end of December, and at the year end we work a lot harder in any area of our life because we could be entertaining, we could be trying to finish up goals and projects and work life, and of course we want to take off and have a couple of weeks rest and be with family and friends, but that means that you got to get all those tasks done beforehand. So we work like a lot harder probably at the end of the year than we do at other times of the year, right? It's kind of like when you take a vacation, you always work hard, so much harder just before and when you come back from your vacation because you're going away, right? And then you come back and you got that workload. So this is what your Wounded Warrior's kind of telling you here, is that you're coming out of this tired cycle, okay? Now, whatever that might be for you, that, you've just been through a lot, okay? And in that first week, or in this first week here of January, really, you kind of feel like you're on your bit of your last energy, all right? It's like you're on your last legs, and this is, again, maybe getting hard to get up in the morning or whatever, right? Now, for some of you, you could just be getting up and doing the emotions, going through the emotions, you know what I mean? Yeah, okay, get up, make coffee, make the bed, I jump in the shower, I go to the thing, I get in the car, I drive to wherever, okay? So that's kind of like just plugging away at what I call the same old, okay? So for some of you, it could be that, all right? But I do feel like it's really kind of like, I don't know, I want to say it's like your final push, right? Before something breaks open. And it does for you because your next card is that Fool card, right? So, definitely something breaks open here. And so this could be really in any area of your life, Virgo. I do have to say, I feel this is particular to someone's love life out there. Not a message for everybody, but just for some of you. Your love life out there could be getting tough. It's not easy to feel, to want to have to put a lot of energy into a relationship, especially one that didn't work out or is not working out, all right? And so maybe you're feeling a little beat up over that, all right? So I just want to put that out there for whoever that message is for. And I'm going to get into your clarifiers. Let's see what you're all beat up over, dear Virgo. Now, it doesn't have to be a love relationship. It could just be your relationships in general. Sometimes when don't forget, we're coming out of December, as I said, holiday season, and we have to spend time with family and, people sometimes we don't tolerate well. Okay, so if you were like in a family function or something as a result of the holidays and you have to put up with those people, that can be tiring too, right? So it could just be that some relationship somewhere in your life isn't it. But I do feel for somebody particular, like I said, it's like you kind of want out of something. Right? All right, let's find out. Let's see what the clarifiers want to tell us. Oh, what's that? That is the Emperor. Okay, well, Emperor is all about leadership, right? Emperor is all about guiding people, being this leader, this successful leader. So I'm going to say for some of you, or for most of you, Emperor is much more related to your career, your job, your being the head of the family, whatever, right? So again, take it how it resonates. Emperor is the one that has to tell everybody, do this, do that, do this, do that. I want it like this, I want it like that. Okay? So you're certainly either tired of that, you've had enough of that, or you just are because you had to do it over the holiday season, your energy's zapped pretty much. And it could be for others of you that you've been telling everybody do this, do that, and it's just like people don't cooperate. Okay, so certainly feeling like tired from all of this energy. Now it could be in your job, in your career, you're trying very, very hard to get recognized. Okay, for some of you, you're trying to get recognized, and you're trying to maybe, you're trying to maybe get somebody to realize that you should be in more of a leadership position, and they're just not paying attention. So you're working harder and harder and harder, right? That's going to be the case for some of you as well. Let's clarify. Let's get another clarifier here. You have the Ace of Swords. Yeah. Now, if you are trying to get recognized and you're not, Ace of Swords says, don't worry, I have an idea. I think I know what I'm going to do. New thought. I'm going to try something new, because that's what the Fool is, right? So here you are saying to yourself, yeah, I've given this a shot. I've given it my best shot. They're not paying attention. I'm worth a lot, which is important, right? You're saying to yourself, I'm really worth it. Maybe I should try something new. Time for me to claim my destiny. Time for me to move on to something better. You're definitely getting some clarity with this Ace of Swords. Okay, now again, it could be, in another area of your life, which is, my relationship is really not working. Time for some clarity. Time to move on, maybe, right? Not have to do it in a bad way, just to realize that it's not worth it to be somewhere or with someone that brings us no value, in the sense that, it's just a struggle. We're not meant to be in struggle. We're meant to be happy in this life. That's all this life is about happiness, right? What makes you happy and how you can make others happy. So if you're struggling with somebody or some life situation, or you're struggling at work, then that's not happiness, is it? So it's time to realize, get some clarity. And how do I make my life better? How do I claim my destiny? How do I become my own king? How do I become my own emperor? All right? Last clarifier. I have the 8 of Wands. So whatever this clarity is for you in any area of your life, however it might resonate for you, comes rather quickly. All right? It comes quickly, and you say, yep, that's it, that's enough. 8 of Wands, targeted, focused energy, comes at you with speed. So when this thing comes, boom, you've got this knowledge that, hey, I need a fresh new start, right? So that's the good news, my friends, that from the 9 of Wands, you're moving straight into the Fool, which is bringing a fresh start, which is a leap of faith, right? It's a sense of freedom for some of you, right? So this Fool, the Fool card generally is this character that goes off on a trip. He's got a little stick, and untied to his stick, he's got his little lunch. He's not carrying anything, right? He's going out there saying, I'm going to start this journey. I don't really care what happened in the past. I'm going to go out there with no baggage. That is very, very important when you want to get a fresh start. Not carrying the past with you, because if you want to replicate the past, you should have stayed where you were. Okay? So the point is, you don't want to replicate the past. You want to start fresh here, okay? And so this is really a new chapter for you, sort of in the second week, because you've had that clarity. All right? This is a new opportunity, a new beginning, and something that really does lift the weight of this Nine of Wands. It's lifted off of your shoulders, all right? And of course, under this Queen of Cups here, remembering that this is an intuitive leap, right? You're going to always use this barometer to say, is this right for me? Does this feel right for me? What does my intuition say? All right? Now, you also are going to maybe feel a little bit excited for some of you. And again, always check that. Remember, because I said we're now getting to a lot of fiery energy, and we're getting excited. And so just again, always using your barometer. So if you're feeling excited again, that's great. If it is your love life, I'm getting some messages for some people, so I have to give them. May not resonate for you, but for others, I'm sure it will. If this is related to your love life, well, the romantic scene gets brighter for you in the second week of the month. As a fresh start card, means there's a possibility that you could meet somebody, all right? And I feel like that person, or this fresh start that you're going to get, is the possibility for a very profound connection. So for someone out there, I feel like you're going to meet a new person, make a new connection. It could be romantic, it could be other. For some of you, it could be business-wise, what have you. I do feel it's more romantically connected for someone. But, you know, for others of you, I do want to tell you that I think that somebody out there is also starting to think, maybe I should start having a family, all right? So, if that is your case, if that is what you want to do, if you do want to start a family, I would say, yeah, this is a really good time to consider it, all right? Because you do have this Four of Wands, often known as the marriage card, all right? So, you know, maybe you're just kind of, you know, doing it backwards, or saying that maybe we should get married, start a family, what have you, all right? So anyway, just putting it out there for some people. But I really do love this fresh start for you in any area of your life, my friends, right? Because after the Nine of Wands, we all need a break. We all need a fresh start, all right? Let's clarify the Fool, please. Okay, something fell on the floor. It is the Six of Wands. Yeah, nice, nice. Again, Six of Wands, Six of Wands. Six of Wands is the card of victory, right? Now, what I love is, in this Six of Wands, there's a little wizard here, because this is the Wizard Tarot deck that I'm using as a clarifying deck. There's one here. He's doing some magic. He's got this head, and it's rolling around. All these people are like cheering. Now, some of these people over here are like, yeah, look at that guy. Thinks he's great, right? So, you know, if your fresh start is related to, you know, getting a new job or what have you, and you do get a fresh new position, new job, new opportunity, whatever, this is probably the place where you're going to get some accolades, all right? Now, always remembering that with accolades, not everybody's always going to love us. That's okay. But it's something that you need, because you probably haven't had, is that at least that little pat on the back, all right? In this new whatever start it is, okay? And if it is your love life, you know, there are going to be people who you're going to be attracted to and are going to be attracted to you, and people who are not going to be attracted to you. That's okay too, because remember, we don't need everybody. We just need the right one. Okay. Apologies for any light on my table. I know it's a bit might be hard to see the cards. There's not much I can do about it right now. Sorry for that. All right, so the accolades are there. The if you are in as I said, a romantic situation, the right one will connect with you. All right. And if maybe you haven't, you don't change, go to a new job completely in a different company. Maybe you're just in a new position in where you are currently working. If you are working, then this Fool card and this Six of Wands says, all right, now you're in the new job. You're feeling good about it. You're gonna get the recognition that I said you probably weren't getting before, because you have it here as well, the Six of Wands. Okay, so you're starting now to get that. Interesting that your second clarifier is the Fool. The Fool is clarifying the Fool. Doubling down on the message, listen to this message, very important. That's what it says. Fresh start. You need a fresh start, my friends, in any area of your life. You need to take a leap of faith here. You need to realize, hey, yeah, I could sort of pop down off that cliff. Maybe it's a little high. Maybe it's not as high as I really think. Just jump, my friends. Just dive in. The water's nice. All right? All right. And let's see what else you got here. Something else just flew across the room. Hierophant. In a position of authority. All right? Another authority kind of card here, which is interesting. You have this Emperor card and this Hierophant card. Two leaders, all right? Hierophant is a different type of leader than the Emperor, in my personal opinion. But certainly the Hierophant is this card of saying, and especially in this one, where this guy's like standing in front of this big blackboard, and he's teaching these two little wizards right here. So really saying, hey, I need, very much an energy of, you're going to take your skills, take your knowledge, and maybe be in a teaching position for some of you. You could be training others. Maybe this is where you feel more comfortable than the position you were in previously. All right? Now, we move into the Four of Wands, baby. Finally, you are feeling stable. Finally, you are feeling a little bit better, all right? If you started in the week of the Fool, but it gets much stronger. Remember I said it just gets better and better and better, right? That's what this month is about for you with that barometer. And so really this is in a nice celebratory energy. So perhaps now you've gotten the job that you've wanted, perhaps you've changed companies, perhaps you've gotten a higher position, perhaps you found somebody new, you realize this is the person that you want to be with. If you're already in a very solid relationship, I just say your first week is probably just a little bit tough, and you try and do something a little bit differently, right? You realize that, relationships get stale by doing same old, right? So if you have that realization here, then your relationship just gets stronger and stronger throughout the month, all right? But you are definitely, for some of you it could be marriage, right? Starting the family, realizing that maybe we should also, get hitched for some of you. This is really just, good news, and feeling very supported from the people around you, all right? Feeling harmonious. For some of you, there's like a little milestone that you've reached here. I don't know if that's marriage or other other milestones, you'll know, take it how it resonates. But all in all, something is coming together for you in a really joyful way, because this is the moment worth celebrating, right? That's what that is. It's a card of celebration. Let's clarify it. Four of Wands, please. Let's clarify that. Four of Wands. What do you want to tell us about the Four of Wands? Moment of celebration, moment of saying, yeah, everything kind of turns around. Feeling really nice and balanced with this King of Cups. Feeling that your barometer did the right thing for you, right? King of Cups, Queen of Cups. Feeling that the, your test of everything. Remember I said you're going to use your intuition, your heart, how you feel, whatever, as the test. And that test says, yep, you're in great balance. Your head's in the right place, your heart's in the right place. Now, for some of you, when you get like two court cards like this, like King and Queen, that is also like a divine couple because they're of the same suit, right? So for you, this could be a signal that the person that you've met is the right person for you. Okay, so for some of you, could be that. As if I said, if you are in a relationship, it's more like your relationship is just getting better and more nurturing and more loving. All right. All right, let's get another clarifier out for you here. Two of Wands, making some plans, right? That's what the Two of Wands is all about. Deciding what's next. Where do we go? Do we go left? Do we go right? Do we go up? Do we go down? Right? Do we go in? Do we go out? What do we want to do? What do you want to do next? Right? Doing that from this card's perspective. This wizard here, he's like reading some books. So he's getting the knowledge first, though, before he takes the action. That's what he's doing. All right, let's get another clarifier. Six of Swords, though, that's just great because it says everything's going in the right direction. Have these wizards on a motorbike in a sidecar driving forward. Can't really see where they're going, but we know there's a lovely little, rainbow here of an aura over top of them. So definitely going in the right direction for whatever area of your life, my friends, okay? Now, you end the month with this Six of Wands, which is a victory, right? It's a recognition of something, and it means success. So you've achieved some kind of success by the end of the month. This is you being seen now, finally. This is you being appreciated. This is you being acknowledged. This is you being rewarded. So I feel like this is could be a week of increased productivity for some of you. You might have more duties than usual. You might have more responsibility for some of you because you might be in a new position. But what's great is after everything you pushed through with that Nine of Wands, and as I said, it just got better and better, you're finally stepping into a moment where your efforts are paying off, or they have paid off, finally. And I would say to you that if you are in a position where you have been looking, you've been pushing through and you've been thinking, oh, I want to change, and you just want something stable and better, and you want to stay in your same job. For some of you, I think that if you're looking to negotiate for a raise, this is the week to speak up right here. This is the week to ask for the raise, and I'd also say this is the week that you can ask for the promotion. If you didn't before, you can ask for the promotion. If you didn't leave and you didn't change before, you can do it here. Let's get clarifiers for the Six of Wands. Tell me about the Six of Wands, please, for Virgo. Nine of Wands, yeah, there is the nine again, right? Saying, yeah, you deserve this because you've been pushing through. You deserve this because you work hard. You deserve this because you're the trooper here, all right? You deserve it because you do. There is a Three of Cups. Three of Cups is telling us joy, telling us celebration. These wizards here all have cups. They're raising a glass. You might be having a little bit of a celebratory dinner with somebody or going out for drinks to celebrate some kind of promotion, raise, or what have you, all right? Yeah, King of Swords, love that card as your ending card, which says, you know what, this was all logical, this was all the right move for you, all right? This was all you did this the right way because you used that barometer, remember. All right, Virgo, let's get you an oracle card. Let's see what the oracle wants to tell you. What would you like to tell Virgo? Milk and honey, number 51. Milk and honey. I hope you can see that. Yeah, sorry for the light, my friends. Milk and honey. Give me a second. I'm going to read to you from the book. All right. You've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambitious, when all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting, yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. Didn't I say that this was a nourishing month? That this was a month of nurturing and nourishment? Absolutely. All right, that's where I'm going to leave you reading there today, my friends. And I do hope I'll see you here again very soon. Until then, please know that I am wishing you, as always, divine light and love.